Welcome to the channel. It's Almighty Den, and today I have the complete VC method for you. I started this video off with 3 NBA championships. I'm going to end it off as the GOAT with 6. So y'all be sure to hit that like button because the grind is real. Understand, I bought VC. I bought 750,000 VC, but I'm showing y'all how to get this VC still. There's 3 quests you can complete to get 10,000 VC each: the top of the mountain, the greatest of all time, and the Hall of Fame quest. Now, if you become the greatest player of all time, you get 10k for that. If you create the best dynasty, you get 10k for that. And if you do them both, you get 10k for doing them both as well. So that's 30k worth of VC on the table you can get by playing my career. Now, I will go through my grind and show y'all my processes for this and whatnot. But as you can see, I'm number 7 for the dynasty, and this by far is probably going to be the most time consuming one if you want to go after this, because you need to win championships, and winning MVP and getting Hall of Fame players, and like it's a lot of external factors like all-star players and stuff that helps if you sim. Now, if you're playing, it's going to take you a long time, but I simulate, so I'm not able to get a lot of these, but I do ensure that I win championships. Now, I will show you my key game method. I only play key games. Every other game gets simmed. So once I get into the game, I'm playing on rookie. My commentary is in Chinese. Those are my settings. That are my setup. So I go up by 25 as fast as I possibly can. After you go up by 25 and you enter the third quarter, you will be able to ask to send out with VC, but you cannot do that if you're not up by 25 and you're not in the second half. As you can see, the score is 61-27. Once the third quarter begins, I will be able to ask to send out with VC immediately. And once I do that, I will get VC for playing half of my game. Now, some of you may consider just fouling out so you can get to your third season and get that 25,000 VC from the FIBA tournament and just try to get those 10k from winning championships and becoming the GOAT. But if you need VC, I would recommend just playing the half or the key games. There's only like about 12 key games per season you got to play. That's a rough estimate. But for me and my sake, I don't really need the VC at this point. So I just foul out my key games and try to make sure I win a championship in the playoffs by any means necessary. Now, during the second half of the season and at the beginning of the season, you get to select your goals for your key games. I usually select the goals that just require me to win because I like to sim and only play key games. Now, the only games that I really truly play during this method is in the playoffs if I feel like we're about to be eliminated. If I feel like we're about to be eliminated, I'll play, go up by 25, and ask the same amount I have with VC. Those are the only games I pretty much focus on playing for now. But if you need VC, grind it out as you feel needed. Now, as you can see, I'm in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Game 6, I had to make sure I played it to make sure we won, because if I sim and we lost Game 6, I would have lost the championship, and that's not something I'm willing to risk. So this is Finals number 4 for me. And I know some of you have asked me, when you asked to send out with VC, have you ever lost? Up until this point, I have never lost a game when I have went up by 25 points and asked to send out with VC in the second half. Every time I've done that, I have ended up winning the game. Now, another reason I would also recommend you playing your last game in the finals is so that you can go kind of crazy. Like, you could put up some good stats to try to ensure that you win NBA Finals MVP. Now, I will let you know this. For whatever reason, in my first season, when I won my first championship, I did not win NBA Finals MVP, and I have not won an MVP award yet. But up until this point, I have won Finals MVP twice, so I'm going to go ahead and ask to send out with VC. As you can see, we're up 45-19 in the third quarter. And of course, I get my 4th NBA championship, so I'm on my way to becoming GOAT status. Now, it is possible to get it in 4 seasons and get it quicker than me, but you have to win more awards. Like I said, I have no MVPs. I have maybe 1 all first team NBA, rest are all NBA second team. So I don't have as many rewards. All I'm really doing is getting championships, getting Finals MVP, and getting out of there. But it's going to take you more seasons if you go for that approach because you're simming. But I would recommend that if you don't want to play too many My Career games. Me personally, I don't want to play that much to where I want to win MVP, because even though I averaged like almost 40 points a game, that wasn't good enough. And in my dynasty and my experience, Jokic has won like 4 or 5 MVPs. He's been going crazy. I believe I've seen Wemby win one as well, but they've been going crazy.
Let's go.
Now, I'll show you. As you can see, after my 4th NBA championship, I'm only in 6th place. Now, you can lose dynasty points, and I'm going to tell you why. I lost dynasty points because a couple of seasons my team had to go through the play-in and they counted me as missing the playoffs, so they took some points away from me. So if you can, I would recommend trying to stay out of the play-in and try to make the playoffs without having to play in the play-in. My teams are usually pretty deep. I had AD, Zion, Anthony Edwards, and somehow we were still in the play-in. Now this is the part I know a lot of you all are interested in. So when you select free agency, be sure to go to the same team. Because if you want to get that extra VC for playing in a dynasty, which you might as well do for that extra 10, 20,000 VC actually just by playing the game, stick with the same team, get that extra 20,000 VC, and then go to wherever dynasty, whatever team you want to go to after that. Now, when this pops up here, FIBA match for the 25,000, I can get it again in 2031. So you'll be eligible to get it again in 2031. So you do not have to pick that quest. In the meantime, you can choose open run recruitment, which I would recommend so that you can re-sign some of the good players on your team. Or if you already have a good team, you can do training scrimmages to improve your shooting throughout my career. But like I said, we play on rookie, so I don't have a problem. My player averages like 40 points a game regardless. And after another grind, I made it to another finals for my 5th finals, and we're playing the Pistons. And I still had to play an extra game because for some reason the Pistons was about to eliminate this team. I mean, look who I got out there. Me, AD, Zion, and Anthony Edwards. And we're fighting for our lives against the Pistons. Up until this point I joined. But I smack them. I go crazy. It's 70-18. I put up some good numbers, some good stats to get the Finals MVP award. That's going to help you with your GOAT tier. And asks him out, 58 points and a half, going absolutely crazy. So asks him out, we're going to get that VC. And this is going to get us our 5th NBA championship. Now, I will say it is cool that they acknowledge that we won 5 in a row.
MP, 5 in a row. You know the history of this game. Where does this one leave you, historically?
Well, Michelle, it means I'm not only in the conversation for GOAT, I'm as good as answer as any. You know, you want to say LeBron for the points, the assists, the consistency, that's a great answer. You want to say MJ with all those rings, the clutch gene, that's a good answer. You know, Kareem, you know, a legend on every level, that's a good answer. But now, you know, MP is as good as answer as any.
Too early to be thinking about number 6?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about 6 since I won 1, you know, but, you know, just, yeah.
So, that is 5 NBA championships, 1 championship less than Michael Jordan. And I am still not the greatest of all time yet. You know what I'm saying? So you can go check that in your quest. If you complete the quest, you know you're the greatest. You know what I'm saying? If you complete the quest. But my dynasty, I'm number 4. I still got to pass up 3, 2, and 1. But we did make a big jump after winning my 5th NBA championship. But we still have a long way to go to get to number 1 because you're chasing down Jordan. They had those amazing 72-10 seasons. And that's just not happening right now with me simming. But that's okay. So I go to my quest. You can look and see where you're at. Top of the mountains. We're still 4th on the dynasty list. We need to get to number 1 for the 10,000 and the animated MJ player banner. The greatest of all time. I am tier 1, but I still need to catch and pass Michael Jordan for the greatest of all time. And then Hall of Fame is when you become the greatest, like I said, and you have the best dynasty of all time. That's the ultimate end game goal if you want to do that. But for me, you know, the biggest thing is becoming the GOAT, because you get some cool, you know, get some cool clothes and accessories becoming the GOAT. And as a side note, if you go to the completed tab, you can see all of the quests that you've completed and the VC they've given you for them. And you can see there I got the personal goals completed as well. So that's an extra 1,000 VC when you're setting those personal goals for getting those completed. And here we go. We are on our way to championship number 6, 55-27 on the season. And we have Wembanyama and a generated rookie. He's like a 93 overall who's like 24 years old. So we're young and we're very talented. So if you're having trouble winning simulated games, go to career features. When you go to the main menu, go to career features and you can trade for certain players. It took me like 4 seasons to get Wembanyama on this team, but I always requested him. And throughout the season, they'll let you know if you can't get him or not. Then move on to somebody else. It's very simple. Move on to somebody else, but I got Wemby.
Let's go. 6. Let's go.
You want to be behind the game.
Cookie routes, but what about these rumors?
Look at this.
Scouting.
Yeah.
You gotta address
Hey,
this.
hold on.
I'm happy for you
Jameson,
guys.
what's up, man? That's 6
Peace.
6. What you got to say?
So that is championship number 6, and that clearly cements me as the greatest of all time. Now, during that season, I actually surpassed Michael Jordan during the season, but I will show you the completed quest for that as well, so you can see that I did get the VC and whatnot. And before I do that, man, you gotta know that every time you win a championship, you can equip your championship rings with your my player. So I have 5 on my left hand, and now I could put 1 on my right hand because I have 6 NBA rings. So if you see me out there in the park with all that jewelry on, man, it's because I did so much grinding in my career, and I got so much VC from doing all this grinding. But as you can see, I surpassed Michael Jordan. I am officially the GOAT. I can't get any more GOAT points. I'm capped out just under 1 million. But you can see there I done it. Now Dynasty still number 4. So if you want that extra 20k, you gotta keep grinding for the Dynasty. But I want to become the GOAT. My goal is to become the GOAT and show y'all how y'all can get extra VC. And as you can see, the GOAT quest has been completed now. It's no longer under my main NBA quest. It is done, but the top of the mountain is still there. You can see that become the GOAT right there as well with the green check mark. Still 20k VC on the table to go get. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Until next time, DYNASTY out.